Here we are. We are back with Ellie. And we're going to do a dog training part 3. So first we'll go on a little walk. And we're going to talk a little bit about some advanced training that you can do with your dog when you go on a walk. Now, you don't want to continually pull on your dog. You want to give him a good pull back, and you say heel, and then you say good heel, good girl, good Ellie. Now, you don't have to do all those in a row. Pick and choose what you would like to praise the dog, the command. And you also want to make sure that you go on different little adventures with your dog. Now, if you go to the same park and you just walk down the sidewalk in a straight line, your dog probably will learn how to heel in a straight line. But once you start taking them to other places and having to walk them in different aspects of your life, you will want them to just follow you. And it makes it more fun to walk in different places. And also, it allows them to use their little brain, and it will make them think and broaden their little horizons so they learn more words, commands, and everything about the world, so that pretty soon this just becomes natural and they learn to follow you whatever you do. And that makes having a dog much more fun and interesting. And you have a dog that is just right there beside you, not pulling you, dragging you down the street, and you fall down and you skin your knees and you get frustrated and you go home and you're all upset. We don't need that negativity in our life. Oh. So we have walked and got her to do a little obedience, sit, stay, some heel, some weight, some circles. Now we have her on a long line and we can play a game, and she is following me. That's a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And I put her on these long leashes that I've bundled together. You can also buy a long 6-foot leash. They also have lines called lunge lines. They're actually for horses. So if you want to do some long line work, this is great. And also, there's a game that you can play with your dog. The first one is called Zigzag. And you can also do this just when you're walking, you're just going to go back and forth. And you want her to follow you. And really, see how she's following me? Very nice, good girl. And really, you don't have to say anything. Just go back and forth. And what you want her to do is just have her attention on you when you pull the line. Come on, good girl. And that's okay if they get a little tangled up. Good girl. You can go back and forth. Good. And then you can go this way. And you can say, come, come. And then she comes to you and she said, that's a good girl. And as you can tell, we've done this. So when you have the short leash, we'll bring it up short for a moment. Now, when you have the long line and you're going back and forth with a long leash, I like to call that crisscross. And it's just going back and forth, zigzagging, kind of in a straight line. Now, zigzag is when you're walking your dog and you turn around and you go the other way and you turn around and you go the other way, and you can also go in front of them and you can go in front of them, and they learn to follow you and your leg, and you say heel, good girl. So that's a little game that you can play with your dog. Come. If they get distracted, just bring them back to you and get their attention. And there she goes. She thinks we're going inside. Now, that's a good little advanced session. Wait. We're coming up to a step. Wait. And we're coming up to the door. Now, here we are at the house. So when you come up to your door, you want to make sure that you go inside first and your dog follows you or can go right by your side. But do not let your dog pull you inside the house. And when we go in, we're going to say wait. And your dogs are to wait for you to go first, because you are always to go first in everything you do with your dog. So you say wait, good wait, come. One last and final technique that you can do for your dog is if they're running around the house, and let's say you're having trouble with your dog not obeying your commands, but they're kind of being a little wild in the house, throw a leash on them and let them drag it around. And then you can grab the leash and pick up and do a little obedience training here and there to teach them how to be in a house. You also have to teach your dog, if your dog is jumping up and down and trying to bite the leash, you want to teach them no bite, and then when they stop biting the leash, praise the command. And this can be taught with any command. So let's say you want to teach your dog to shake. You're going to say sit, Ellie, Good girl, good sit. And you can give them one sit. And then generally you're going to show the command and praise the command and praise the dog. So if it takes your dog 4 sits to sit, make sure you just say it once and then you show the command. So you show the sit, head up, bottom down, good sit, good Ellie, good girl. Now for a shake, the reason why you want to teach some little parlor tricks, which shake can be considered that, but also it's good for a dog to give you their paw. And then I like to do, you can say shake, you can say give me 5, other paw, and I like to do both paws and then kind of squeeze the paw a little bit and let them get used to you handling their paws. And this helps when you have to clip their nails. If something happens, then a vet or you can put on a dressing if there's an injury of that type. So really, you're not teaching a trick pony, you're teaching a dog to learn to be handled and to be a very smart canine. So when you teach shake, you want to come down and say, Ellie, shake, shake, shake. You touch the paw and then you pick it up and you say, shake, good girl, good shake, good girl. And then you can say other paw and you'll do the other foot. Good shake, good girl, no bite, Good girl, and she's still getting used to it. So we'll start doing that a little bit more often and teaching her how to have her paws handled. And I'm gonna let her kind of roam around a little bit with a leash and get her used to being in the house. She just got house trained for the last couple weeks, and she is in a little gated area in the house with her and Asia. You never ever want your dog to be allowed in the house free and roaming around until they're completely house trained. And they have supervision. They sure can get in a lot of trouble. So a good thing to do is get some baby gates and make a little area in your house with baby gates. And try to have your dog go outside every 2 to 3 hours when they're being house trained. A puppy has to go out many times a day. You're going to have help with that. Or you can also crate your dogs. And it's called crate training. For a very brief explanation of crate training, you can start your puppy in a crate when you go to work. You can put a little ice in a bowl so they just lick the ice throughout the day. And then you can come home and let your puppy out. It would be best to have a friend or a neighbor or a puppy sitter come in and put your dog out in the middle of the day and give them a little bit of water, and then you can put your dog back in the crate. This is just a good way if you want to have a puppy and still have to go to work for your 8 hours a day. You can put in a little towel. Sometimes they'll rip it up, so eventually you can put in a little bed or a nice comfy plush rug. And that's just fine. Dogs will a lot of times just like to lay on a cool, hard floor. And then you can also have a place where your dog feels more secure. They are a den animal, so they do like to go into a more secure place, maybe take a nap or take a time out from the kids or another dog and just have their little time to readjust.